Hello, and and welcome to everyone who is participating in iSpring Days 2025 now or in some future now. After hosting the beginning of day one yesterday, it is great to be back and talking about L&D community building. So, how are all of you feeling? Good? Inspired? A wee bit overwhelmed? That's okay. This session is all about the feels. How it feels to be immersed in a world of people all working together to solve problems, lifting each other up, welcoming everyone together, and inspiring each other. Kind of like iSpring Days. So relax, take a deep breath, sit back, chat with each other in the comments, and enjoy imagining what it feels like to know everything and do everything right. You know, like it's Friday. Feeling better? All right. Welcome, fellow learning adventurers. Today, we're venturing into a realm as exciting as any dungeon crawl, building belonging, creating engaging online L&D communities. Type D&D in the chat if you've played or continue to play a role-playing game like Dungeons & Dragons. If you like other role-playing games, type RPG and let us know your favorite. I'll give you a moment to answer. Meanwhile, now's probably a good time to let you know we'll be using Mentimeter, that's menti.com, throughout the session. So to participate, you'll want to open menti.com on your phone or in another tab so you are ready for when there's a poll. Okay. Oh, we've got lots of folks in the chat. D&D and RPG. Baldur's Gate. Awesome. Love it. Natural 20. Fantastic. Well, as we travel on this journey together, I invite you to think about why I might have chosen role-playing games as the lens through which to view our knowledge quest about building engaging online communities. For me, the best part of the games I played growing up, and yes, as an adult too, was the experience of interacting with my friends, new and old, while doing so. The adventures were great, but the experience was what made it worth always carving out time for. Can you relate? What I hope to bring to light today are our shared ideas about what it means to be in a community you care about. Some of what we discover may surprise you. Some lessons may be legendary in their familiarity. But before any of us can create that community that our members deserve, we need to know what to build and what not to build. At the end of our quest together, I'd love to hear what was fun about today's adventure and what ideas you have about creating your own. So, here we go. Grab your virtual dice. We're going to roll for engagement. At the start of any great campaign, it's always important to understand the mission and the vital elements of our world. Our story begins with our heroes coming into possession of a powerful scroll, a record of some researched truths lost from this world that explain how engaging online L&D communities can be the key to unlock 5 specific organizational benefits, leading to a more dynamic, innovative, and resilient workforce. The benefits revealed by the scroll are these. According to the Global Skill Development Council, online L&D communities contribute to increased employee engagement and retention. By fostering a culture of continuous learning and collaboration, organizations can create a positive work environment that encourages growth and development. InSync training emphasizes that effective online learning communities boost collaboration, satisfaction, and success in virtual environments. By focusing on shared goals and fostering a sense of belonging, these communities enhance communication and knowledge sharing among employees. The Harvard Business School Online highlights that online learning communities provide opportunities to gain fresh perspectives, leading to accelerated skill development and innovation. Engaging with diverse viewpoints within these communities can inspire creativity and drive organizational growth. Chief Learning Officer magazine notes that online communities serve as powerful tools for reinforcing and sustaining L&D efforts. By facilitating knowledge sharing, peer support, and continuous learning, these communities help maintain momentum and ensure long-term success. And finally, the e-learning industry reports that organizations with a strong learning culture, supported by L&D communities, enjoy a significant competitive advantage. Such cultures lead to higher profit margins and better adaptability to market changes. So, only one question remains. What is an online L&D community? Can you discover the hidden secrets to creating an engaging online L&D community and build one that will survive the tests of time and trolls? If I asked you to define an online L&D community, what would you say? Go ahead, share your definition in the chat. For our conversation today, let's define our L&D online community as a dynamic, evolving space where learners, instructional designers, facilitators, and development professionals come together to share expertise, support one another, co-create learning, and cultivate a shared professional identity. Let's start by learning more about us and our fellow adventurers. Ask yourself how many online communities you currently belong to. Think hard. Slack, Discord, Facebook, LinkedIn groups, Teams, they all count. As I mentioned, Mentimeter will enable everyone to participate and share your answers during the session. Go to menti.com now on a separate device or screen, and on the next slide, you'll see a code you can enter to join. So here's your code, and I am copying it, and I am dropping it into our WhatsApp, so it will soon show up. Oh, it's in the poll. Thank you, Helen. Thanks for putting it in the poll. Oh, and we've already got some great results. How many online communities do you belong to? Is it 0 or no? Is it 1 or 2? Is it between 3 and 5? Is it 6 or more? Look at 6 or more pulling out into the lead. Well, this is fabulous. So look at these results, everyone. Do these results match what you would expect? Fabulous. Oh, this is fascinating. Thank you so much, guys, for participating. So let's see what the scholars have to say. According to various scholars, surveyed L&D professionals belong to an average of between 3 and 5 online communities. 71% say they actively engage in at least one, and 48% say these networks inform their daily practice. Well, based on our results, I'd say we're all a bit community hungry. Most of us are already inside a few castles, and some of those have some real treasure in them. Our second poll asks, what benefits do you gain from your communities? Do your communities provide resources, support, or even quests to help you advance your career? Think of a word that describes what you get from being a member of your communities. Okay, so you can add up to 3 words. Feel free to give more than one answer. Just don't hit enter or submit until you are ready to submit them all. And your answers will show up in this word cloud. You might need to hit advance in the poll to see the next poll question. Oh, I saw the question from Allison, how many I belong to or how many I participate in. Well, I think that's up to you. If you feel like you belong to a learning group or an online community, but you don't participate, do you really belong? That's I think we want to know. I think we would want to know how many you actually participate in. But these results are fascinating. So, what are the benefits you get from your communities? Knowledge and support appear to be tied for the lead in our center of the word cloud. But we've got inspiration, we've got resources. Oh, okay. Support and knowledge, ideas, new information, some opportunities, some guidance. Fabulous, guys. Okay. Let's check with our wise wizards to see how our results compare with other L&D professionals. And by the way, I will be sharing these slides afterwards. And the reason you're not getting them until after I'm done is because I want your answers, your poll submissions to be included in the slides. So hopefully that's going to be something that you enjoy and you get to learn from after the fact. So Don't worry about it. You're going to be getting this deck and you will get all these results. But these are fabulous. These are fabulous. Moving on. Our wise wizards say of the L&D professionals surveyed, 68% mention mentorship and career tips as benefits. 53% appreciate curated resources, and 43% cite emotional support and inclusivity. You might say that the magic of these spaces is that they offer both loot and lore, resources and wisdom, plus a sense of belonging. Our third poll asks, what's your favorite online community platform? Cast your vote. Which platform gives you the smoothest dungeon navigation and clearest spellcasting? Put another way, which gives you the best experience? Okay. Feel free to give more than one answer to the question, what's your favorite online community platform? After you answer, go ahead and tell us your favorite feature about your favorite platform in the chat and the reason why behind your choice so everyone can see. Awesome. So we've got great results. LinkedIn at a powerful lead, but Discord, Slack, Teams, Mighty Networks, yes, YouTube, ATD. Fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Let's see what other adventurers said. To divine the answer to this question, I consulted all the sages I could find in Yellow Pages, but there aren't many of them. Extra points to anyone who can identify the musical artist who included that phrase in a song. Perhaps the moderators could keep an eye in the sky on the chat and let me know. All right, the sages at the Brandon Hall Group say that L&D professionals cite their favorite platforms as, yes, LinkedIn at 42%. Why? For professional reach. Slack, 23%. Why? For best work integration. Circle at 17%, designed for community engagement. Discord at 12%. Why? Because it's fun, modern, casual. And Teams. Why? We don't know, but that was for internal teams only. So we've learned that each platform's like a different class of adventurer. It's important that you know your spells and choose the right platform for your quest. Our next poll asks, what are your top 5 must-have community traits? From inclusive vibes to treasure chests of knowledge, what traits do you require in your adventuring party? So, we're looking for your top 5 desired traits in an online community. But I think for the sake of time, if everyone would give one answer that would be a top 5 answer for you, that would be great. If you type fast and you want to provide more than one answer, go ahead. Then we'll see how your answers fare in battle. Yes, oh my gosh, I have to say Alan Parsons' project was announced by Jennifer Boyles. Holy mackerel, that is fantastic. Thank you, Jennifer. You should definitely talk to me after the session. We've got some great answers coming in here. Top 5 must-haves. We've got sharing, we've got resources, welcoming, engagement, sharing, collaborative. Love it, love it, love these answers. Awesome. Okay, well, let's see what traits lie in wait according to the soothsayers. According to a 2024 Society for Human Resource Management workplace study, the top 5 desired traits in an online community ranked as follows. Psychological safety came in at number 1 at 74%. Ease of access at number 2 at 63%, followed by clear purpose and goals, engaged moderation, and diverse expert voices. Share your reactions to these results in the chat. Do any of them surprise you? I'm struck that the top priority was a feeling of safety, and although we aren't seeing a reference to resources per se, we see at number 5 that expertise is valued, provided it comes from diverse sources. So we have an interesting contrast between the stated benefits revealed earlier and the desired traits. We can also infer from this that according to most L&D adventurers, it's not just about who's in the tavern. It's about how the taverns run. Our next poll asks, what are your top 5 least desired community traits? Whoop, sorry about that. There we go. Going back. What ruins your community vibe? Spam traps? Trolls in disguise? Okay, let's find out. Your top 5 least desired traits. Like you did for the top 5 most desired traits, now submit your least desired trait or traits in an online community. Okay, arrogance, trolls. Let's get some more answers. Oh, thank you, Michelle Wang, for your comment about loving different options, letting you see different perspectives. That is what this presentation is about. I wanted our community to see itself. I wanted you guys to interact with each other and see what everyone thinks. That's what we're here for. So, trolls, scams, arrogance, complaining, taken out of context. Oh my God, yes. Jealousy, politics, scammers, condensation. It's raining in my online community. Well, we've definitely got goblins in our dungeon. I wonder what monsters our prestidigitators predict lurk in the darkness below. Let's look at how your answers ranked versus those identified by an e-learning industry survey of L&D professionals. So number 1, top 5 least desirable traits, inactive moderators. Ironically, that is followed almost immediately by over-moderation. We've got toxicity and clicks. We saw that in your results. Low-value content and a lack of DEI. So if we set out to create a community, we should be extremely mindful of the line we walk between moderating too little and moderating too much. We see that an environment perceived as toxic can be a deal breaker for many, and lack of content or lack of diversity and inclusion can also blow out our torches. The takeaway? Even the best campaign gets derailed if the dungeon master or community leaders are asleep or the party's a mess. Let's talk about community adventuring closer to home. I want to know, are you a part of a community created by your employer? Does your employer host a space for you to connect, share, and grow? You're going to vote yes, no, or I think so. There are no wrong turns here, but it will be interesting to see how many other adventuring parties are on this quest. So are you part of a community created by your employer? Answer yes, no, or I think so. And if you really have no idea, answer I think so, because it basically means it is unclear. Oh, okay. So we've got a lot of yeses and almost as many nos. Oh, now we've got more nos than yeses. And we have quite a few I think so's. So that's a lesson for some of us to pay attention to. Well, let's see what the beacon of answers says that beckons us forward. According to a 2023 LinkedIn workplace study, if you belong to a community created by your employer, at least 53% of your fellow L&Ders are right there with you. If you don't belong, you aren't alone either. And if you feel like you're in the dark about whether you are or aren't, you can be sure there are at least a few other wizards wishing they'd remembered to memorize their light spell before leaving home. So I believe if we'd had more, I had to move forward pretty quickly with that last poll. So it may be that our results match what you see here, but it seems like we had a few more in our group that were not. That's I feel like that's what I was seeing. But the lesson here is that not all castles come with a guild hall. Okay, this quest is for those who said, yes, they belong to a community created by their employer. If you don't, or you're not sure, now is your chance to raid the snack chest. Sit back and watch your fellow party members walk into my trap. The question is, what do you enjoy about your employer-run community? Okay. If your workplace offers a community and you belong to it, what parts sparkle for you? I expect our attendees in HR and the community managers among us will be leaning forward in their seats just a bit as these results come in. Thanks for sharing the poll link again, Helen. Oh, Allison, thank you for your comment. I'm glad you're enjoying the session. Fantastic. Okay, we've got our answers coming in. We've got you enjoy that it's supportive. You enjoy the open conversation. Humor. Please take note of that. Humor, innovation, creativity. It's tailored to your organization. That you share stories, happiness, growth, influence, innovation, growth, knowledge sharing. These are great answers. These are fabulous answers. Thank you so much, guys. Fantastic. Thanks to those of you in employer-run communities for weighing in on what treasures you like best. Let's find out if your answers agree with our sorceress who speculates. When focusing on the benefits of learning communities run by our employers, you're going to notice some differences between the benefits we perceive we receive from other external communities. For example, the top 5 employer-run community benefits are visibility into other teams. I didn't see that one in our result, but it's very interesting. Informal mentoring, knowledge sharing, we definitely saw knowledge sharing, innovation, ideas, and connection with execs. So that was an interesting answer. And this is all according to a Harvard Business Review study conducted in 2023. So, hey, it turns out that sometimes HR builds a portal worth walking into. Something disliked this way comes. What do you enjoy least about your employer-run online community? The important thing to remember as you answer this question is that this right here, this is a safe space. I'm sure that even if your employer is here in the audience, they will be very glad to learn what your community could improve upon. I mean, we're all L&D pros here, right? Okay, the poll. Spill the tea or the mead. What do you wish your employer would fix about your online community space? Let's see here. Competitiveness. I'm looking back at our chat while I wait for the answer. Everything. Okay. Everything. Strategy alignment. Okay. All right. Very important. Too many places for info. Oh, I was so looking forward to seeing this poll come in. Poorly organized. Expect immediate response. Drama. Little participation, right? That empty castle. Disorganized, no direction, poor organization, last minute meetings, more investment. I think that could be going either way. Like you wish they would invest in it more, or it demands more of your time. The execs are not engaged. The purpose is unclear. Everything's still there. Too many places for info is rising. Fake news and lies. Oh, fascinating. Poorly optimized boredom. Okay. All right. So we've got some things to think about, employers? Now, let's find out if these desires align with what our prognosticators propose. How do our pain points compare with those faced by the L&D community at large, at least as surveyed by ATD's Pulse newsletter in 2023? It seems it found that the top 5 flaws with employer-run communities are poor moderation, not inclusive, feels like top-down control, a dull interface, and no time to participate. So, I guess if your employer's community feels more like the Underdark than a cozy inn, that's a problem. So based on all of this, are we ready to build? I mean, are we ready to just jump in and start? What does all this mean? Well, today we've learned that for those of us in L&D, for a community to provide a sense of belonging, it needs to have a clear reason for being, a purpose its members value. And those who wish to create communities would do well to remember that the community must serve its intended membership by being what the community wants it to be. We've learned that the role of our community managers and moderators, its champions, is very important. How they moderate and the environment they create and maintain can make or break a community. We've seen that for most, easy access to a community is vital, and it needs to be accessible to everyone. And for an online community to grow and thrive, it needs to be inclusive from the start. All must feel welcome, and steps must be taken regularly to keep it that way. So our takeaway is that planning is the first spell in the grimoire. Think before you summon. Based on what we've learned today, it would seem that engagement is a flame that needs to be fanned and fed. The care and feeding of your community should include celebrating contributions. Everyone wants to feel appreciated. The offering of live Ask Me Anything events, access to experience, is paramount. The gamifying of participation. Let's try and keep things fun, not dull, not hard to find, not over-organized. Rotating leadership and content creators. There has to be diversity of expert opinions and resources. That is key. And just like what we've learned today, polling all of you, quarterly quests, otherwise known as member surveys, have to be done to ensure that the community evolves with its membership. And let's make sure we're responding to those surveys. Lessons learned. Ongoing engagement is an enchantment that needs constant recharging. When creating your community, try to avoid these mistakes. Don't build it and disappear. Your community won't thrive on its own, and no one wants to hang out in an empty castle. Don't create a community with only a vague notion of its intended purpose. If you don't know, your community members certainly won't. And don't insist on too much formality. Structure is good, but too much rigidity and your community will become a ghost town. Don't ignore feedback. We've seen how strongly all of you feel about your communities, what you like and what you don't. Listen, adapt, and evolve to thrive. And don't ignore the importance of DEI representation. Your community deserves genuine diversity, equity, and inclusion. Yep, I said it. The truth is, even the strongest community spell fizzles if cast without heart. Now it's your turn. What has your experience been? What dragons have you faced, and what treasures have you found in your communities? Let's continue the conversation here and afterwards in the learning exchange. Okay, if a moderator wants to step on and join me again, that would be fabulous.
I'm over here. Thank you very much. Such a
Hi.
Yes, hi James. I can't keep, can't help staring at your presentation. So I think the best prize of the best presentation goes to you today. We all
Oh
just,
my.
just
Oh
love
my.
wizarding scene. So it was amazing. Yeah, one more time. Thank you, James. I think our participants in the chat will also give you some love, right? Some emojis. Feel free to share your thoughts. And I would love to ask our attendees today, what is one thing that you will remember to do when creating your own community? Again, feel free to share your reflections in the chat and also in our community on LinkedIn, iSpring Learn Exchange. Your insights might be exactly what someone else is looking to hear. James, now the question to you. Have you seen anything in the chat that stands out to you?
In the chat, well, first and foremost, of course, I have to say, the love for the Alan Parsons Project, top prize for that. No, that was great. But first, what I was really struck by was that in addition to the chat, the answers we were getting in those polls, they were really strong. There were lots of really strong opinions. People have a lot of feeling about this whole online community thing, doing it right and not doing it right. So that was so valuable for me. And I just want to say thank you to everyone in the iSpring Days community for playing such an active part and contributing their opinions to this presentation, because that's what it was all about. That's why I'm here. As Jim Kirk would say, that's why we're aboard her. So Uh,
Sure.
definitely connect with me on LinkedIn, and if you have comments about this presentation, put them in the learning exchange, and let's keep the conversation going.